Welcome back.
So, yeah, we actually completed another game.
Yeah, why wouldn't we?
It just took 4 months.
It's the second in a long line of games. There's a list. There is a list.
I will probably be middle-aged by the time we get on half this list.
We're not going to play half the list.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of...
There's a lot of, like, crappy adventure games on the list.
I'm
not saying, like, cheap games, but I mean, like, crappy games. I mean, like, old, poorly recordable games with the current things we have available.
Yeah.
We can get a camcorder mount.
Well, no, actually, your capture card or my capture card would be perfect.
True.
Because it just records. Anyway.
Let's get on topic here. If you're new to this, if you're new to us, if you're new to the way we do things around here, we review games that we've played or haven't played, as the case may be, quick scares.
Yeah.
On a system where 5 is average. Okay?
The Angry Joe system. That's how it is, right?
I don't remember.
I'm just doing a name drop so you can put them in your...
Oh, yeah. I don't do that.
Man.
I don't view or anything.
Why can't there be...
You can tell.
Yeah, anyway. Oh, yeah, true.
Okay. So the first thing we want to go over is the game's atmosphere. On a scale of 1 to 10, 5 being average, 10 being oh my god perfect.
I definitely think Dead Space, its strongest... probably its strongest asset in terms of this review would probably be the atmosphere.
Oh yes, definitely. The feeling of loneliness, the fact that you really honestly don't come across that many other living people, and when you do, they're either crazy or shoot themselves or
behind a barrier.
Or behind a barrier of some sort that's inaccessible. Or on a video.
Yeah. Another thing that's nice about this game as far as atmosphere goes, it kind of does what Half-Life 2 started back in 2004, where like there's not like cutscenes per se, like full motion video. It's you're actually in the cutscene.
Yeah, but that's been done before this game too, obviously.
No, I know.
You mentioned Half-Life 2.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure RE4 came out before this, which was all in-game asset. You weren't actually physically involved in the cutscenes, but it used nothing but in-game assets. It didn't use cutscenes.
Yeah.
It didn't use FMVs.
So I guess what we're getting at is this game has oodles of atmosphere.
Oh yes, it does. So the feeling of you being alone on the ship with nobody else to help you with just your meager supply of weapons.
I thought it was pretty cool that like your like plasma pistol doubles as your flashlight.
Well, any weapon has a flashlight.
Nah, okay.
Which makes it better than the launch of Doom 3.
So yeah, I know, right? Duct tape. There's no duct tape on Mars, Dustin.
There's no duct tape on Mars?
No.
Man.
They forgot.
They fixed it in the later releases.
Or PC, you could just mod it. Anyway,
yeah.
So what did you give Atmosphere?
I gave Atmosphere a 9.
Ooh. I gave it an 8. I
gave it an 8.
Definitely the game's strongest. Yeah.
Definitely the game's strongest asset.
Yes.
Was Atmosphere. Alright, let's move on.
Okay.
Creativity. What does this game bring to the table that we have never seen before?
Not a whole lot.
Again, 5 being average.
Yeah, I think this is probably the game's weakest.
When you take the controls, from Resident Evil 4, the plot from Alien, and
yeah, I know, right?
And the fetch quest from fucking EverQuest.
And like the gravity gun stuff from Half-Life.
The gravity gun from Half-Life. I'm pretty sure Stasis was fairly original.
Slowing down time. I mean, it's a nice take on.
It's very. Actually, Bayonetta came out after this, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
Much after this.
Much like a
what
year
am I
or two
thinking
ago.
of then? It doesn't.
I don't know. I thought this game was pretty derivative. I didn't think it was all that creative. I thought it was pretty standard fare. Like, it took elements from other games
to mesh into a cohesive thing that pretty much...
It worked.
It worked, yes. But its atmosphere is what drove what worked.
Yes. So, what did you think of the creativity?
I gave it a 5. Solid, perfect, average. It's there. It happened.
I differ. I give it a 4 because it's pretty... Not even average. I mean, I don't think it was very creative, I guess. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay. That's fair enough. That's your choice.
That's my choice. That's my opinion.
It's completely wrong, but it's your opinion.
It's my fact. It's my fact opinion.
All right, gameplay.
Gameplay?
How does this game perform?
Other than a quick turn, pretty
Oh yeah, quick turn is the only weakness, honestly.
pretty good. I mean, walking around and stuff is a little floaty.
Yeah, it's a little floaty.
And I guess game, you know, where you can put the laser on the ground to show you where to go.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely kind of like, it gives you tunnel vision.
It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. It's nice.
It's, hey, where am I going? But it's also, hey, I'm missing all this shit.
I guess if you think about it, if they hadn't given us that, we'd just be looking at a map all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Which would not be fun in a game like this, I don't think. Although we did look at the map one episode quite a bit.
Yeah.
We didn't know where.
Well, we looked at the quest log a bit.
Yeah.
Which I think we only had to do that once.
Once, yeah.
Yeah.
Where we got to the swank part of the...
So it was very point A to point B, but it
Yeah. It very, very... So, I mean, it's pretty solid, though. I thought it was better than average as far as gameplay. I mean, other than, like I said, a little bit of floaty controls and
the walking versus running, just the choices of where to put some of those buttons.
Yeah, like, you know, like most Call of Duty games, you click in on the left joystick to run.
Why are you even holding that controller?
I don't know, it feels so nice.
Does it?
Yes.
Okay. I like the wired one better, actually. Because when I move my finger, like, off to the side...
It doesn't have that battery pack.
It doesn't have the battery pack, and I don't feel like the sync button.
Anyway, we're not reviewing an Xbox 360
We're reviewing the Xbox 360 controller.
Anyway...
The Xbox 360 controller has the worst D-pad I have ever seen.
I'm sure we could find worse. But it's pretty bad.
And I've used a Dreamcast D-pad. And I've used an N64 D-pad.
Hey, it's a good thing that Madcast makes fighter controller. I mean, because other than that, you don't need it for anything.
You need it for practically every shooter in existence.
Oh yeah, but it works.
Sometimes.
Whatever. Anyway,
it works 80% of the time. Moving on.
Solid gameplay.
Gameplay.
I gave gameplay 7 out of 10. I thought it was more than average. It was pretty good.
It's not perfect. It's a little floaty at times, and running is kind of awkwardly placed, but solid 7.
Yes, we're in agreement.
We are. Yes. Storytelling. Who?
I don't know.
Who?
You're more the type of person to remember movies you've seen, and you can throw out pop culture references from out of your ass, whatever. I thought the storyline was pretty standard fare, to be honest. Like, nothing that you haven't seen, like you said, in a movie called Aliens or any other sci-fi.
Yeah.
I mean...
Which Aliens actually makes no sense unless you look at the deleted scenes.
Yeah. Well...
Why does she give a shit about this kid?
Yeah.
Oh, because she found out her kid died.
That and it's a kid.
Well...
I mean, I don't think
But tough, ruthless Ripley at the point of the second movie wouldn't have given a shit. Unless she had found out in the deleted scene that her kid on Earth had died. Then that would have twanged the little maternity thing in her.
So why wouldn't they feel... Anyway, we're not reviewing Aliens, but...
Oh, yes, we are.
Obviously, why wouldn't they feel the need to tell the viewer that? Because, like you said, like, why the fuck does she care? Other than that she's a woman.
Moving back to Dead Space.
So yeah, storytelling. It wasn't bad. You know, a bunch of crazy people are worshiping a space rock, and they're messing with this planet they shouldn't be messing with. And
Yeah.
fucking necromorph bullshit happens, and you survive it. And then you kill their leader.
I guess I'm a little more strict on storytelling because, God, that really came out of my mouth weird. Like the intonation in my voice, it sounded like, I don't know. But I guess I'm a little more strict on story aspects because I gave it a lower score than you.
I know. I felt
it feels like 1 part Alien and 2 parts 2001 and 1 part Dawn of the Dead, and bam, you've got a story. And other than the Marley was dead to begin with moment, there's not really a driving factor. It's just go to point A, do this, fix this, fix this, fix this, fix this,
kill a bunch of monsters.
Yeah. It's, hey, this doesn't work, fix this. Hey,
pretty
this doesn't work,
formulaic.
fix this. It's very,
I mean,
it's very sitcom-y.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was neither here nor there. I give it 5 out of 10.
I give it 4.
It worked.
Below average.
I didn't really care either way.
Balance. Did the game have very much difficulty spike? Did it play like very well? Yeah. Did it play very well from beginning to end with a noticeable increase in difficulty, but not so much that it would seem like a spike, like it would be just beating your head against a wall?
I didn't play as much as you obviously did.
Yeah, you played.
I probably had an hour or two.
Yeah.
Maybe. And I did the last boss, obviously.
If you haven't watched that, go back and watch Dead Beat the Last Boss.
Yeah, it was pretty freaking easy.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Pretty much a gimme. But, well, they should be watching the other one before they watch.
Well, they should. But they're going to see the one labeled review and just go for that one. That's why I said Marley is dead to begin with and not the thing I would have to beep out.
True. So, where
that is a pop culture reference.
We're on balance,
We're
right?
on balance, yes.
It wasn't bad. Like I said, I would have liked... I think a quick turn might have made the game too easy.
Well, that's... yeah.
Anyway, other than that, I thought it was pretty good, actually. I thought it did a good job. I thought all the guns were... You know, if you upgraded them, they did pretty good. We didn't upgrade any of the guns for most of the game.
True.
But when we did, things got a lot easier. So it was our own fault.
I thought it does increase the difficulty gradually enough for you to notice but not be angry at it. It causes you to adjust your strategies intelligently. It causes you to, you know... It
definitely seemed like one of those games where you might get your ass kicked and die once, but it's probably only going to happen once, maybe twice at most, unless you're just really fucking stupid. Like we were a couple times.
Or that one fucking... Oh, God. the freaking meteorites hitting the ship and running across the hull.
That was...
God.
That was kind of annoying. But other than that, like I said...
I thought, for balance-wise...
I don't think you're ever going to hit a wall and just not be able to continue on.
I think it honestly does not deserve a low score. But the presence of a shop system makes it so that you can buy med packs, you can buy ammo, you can buy a plethora of weapons that are useful in varied situations with multi-fire abilities. It doesn't deserve a high score, but it doesn't deserve a low score. It tends to, if
it had a lot of unneeded things, I think. Like you didn't really need we did use the all fire on the laser.
Yeah.
Very few times, you know,
we used it plenty of times.
For certain, you know.
It was situational, yes, but it was damn good.
But nothing was absolutely like, oh, I need to have that all fire on all these weapons. But
it presents you with ways to make everything honestly kind of easy. Well, you played on normal, true.
But you can play the game how you want to.
Yeah. I gave it a 5.
I gave it a 6. I thought it was a bit above average. I thought it did a pretty good job. And the fact that you can play how you want to. You could do challenges, you know. There's probably some type of speedrun shit, you know, going around.
Yeah.
No, don't use the shop. That'd be pretty crazy.
I'm pretty sure there is, actually.
Yeah, that would be insane.
Okay. Now we move on from merits to flaws.
Yeah,
we call them merits and flaws because we played Shadowrun.
You might want to give them a recap on how flaws work.
Flaws can reduce the score of a game. There's only 2 of them, but they can reduce the overall score that we give a game because of certain factors that are prominent in horror games that honestly... I don't know. First one is lack of replay. Now, if a game in this genre has a lack of replay, survival horror games tend to have very, very low play times. That is a thing. It happens a lot.
Oh, but we completed this game in 10.5 hours.
Well, that's the time the thing says, but that doesn't necessarily mean...
Well, yeah, that's not bad.
That's get up and go get a drink. That's get up and go outside and do something else for a few minutes. That's...
The problem I had... What were you going to say?
The survival horror games have...
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Traditionally, consistently, and usually, a low playtime. Usually, 3 to 7 hours.
Okay, yeah.
Which can be a bit of a hit to the budget if, it doesn't have some reason for you to play again.
Especially if you paid full price for the game when it came out.
Oh, yeah. So replay lack is a bad thing.
Yeah, I definitely, I could maybe see someone going through this game twice. Maybe. If you care to. If you were achievement farming. If you were all about getting 1,000 points or whatever for this game, then yeah, once or twice through or twice through. Maybe you might have to go 3 times to get everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's no. I'm not saying every game has to have online multiplayer, but they're really, in my opinion, unless you set a challenge for yourself or unless you're achievement farming, there's really no point to play this game again.
Especially once you've seen the plot.
There are other games that have controls and games like this that I think do a better job.
Okay.
So I didn't really. I don't really think there's any real reason. I will probably never ever, and I can say with confidence, play this game again.
Okay.
Not that I played it much in the first place, it was all you. But I would never watch somebody play it again, and I would never play it again myself. So I gave it a -1 for that.
Okay.
It's not damning. I probably should have maybe taken a bit more off the top.
I think it's got plenty of new game plus features. If you play on the same difficulty, you carry over extra nodes, you carry over the new game plus armor, you carry over a whole bunch of stuff. On top of that, there's the modal difficulties, the unlockable difficulty. There's the achievements, or if you choose to go for that sort of thing. So it's got plenty of replay value, and as long as you are comfortable with the game, as we gave reasonably high scores to balance and gameplay.
Yeah.
I mean, you get over the atmosphere fairly quickly, and the plot twist is obviously only going to work once.
And you probably, honestly, if you hadn't already said something to me, or if I already didn't know about it from watching reviews and stuff, you probably see it coming from a mile away.
Yeah. So I gave it a 0, which is the flaw is only
It's 0 and -5, so 0 is the best it can do.
0 is the best it can do.
And
it does not affect its score whatsoever.
And I didn't.
Now, the other flaw is cheap scares. Scares that serve absolutely no purpose other than shock value. Yes, they have their place, honestly, they do. But when they're overused, when they're overabundant, when they're just plain to the point of just...
See, I can't decide if this game...
But when you're the kid behind the tree jumping out at people going... That's when it kind of crosses that line.
I can't tell if this game was trying to overdo it, or it just... Either they were trying and it didn't work, or they weren't trying and it worked a couple times. I don't know. If that makes sense.
That last one got you.
Yes, that last one got me.
I thought was cool, but that last one got you.
It got me a little bit. Yeah, I felt it. I didn't scream like a little girl like I
not like in the Slender thing.
Did other things or anything like that. Which you could call that. I mean, atmospheric horror.
Well, yeah, that's
and jump scares. But anyway,
it's got a lot of jump scares. We never reviewed Slender.
We didn't beat it though. But anyway, back in hand.
We didn't beat Decay.
I thought if this game was scary at all, mainly the atmosphere made it. It's more like a thriller. It was more tense than anything, with maybe a couple of quick scares the whole game. But all in all, it really wasn't all that scary in general.
No.
Other than having crap rush at you and like, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Yeah.
So,
but that's not really a cheap scare. That's a controllable thing that you can see.
I gave it a -1 just because I think if the game was ever scary, I don't remember everything obviously, it was probably because of cheap scares.
I'm gonna give it a -1 as well, just because the monster's tendency to come out of vents and from floor grates and whatnot made it just so formulaic. Every time you would fight something, turn around, and oh hey, there's that guy that was supposed to scare you from behind. It just became redundant and ridiculous.
It's definitely like this game. It's definitely like, oh, I just killed a couple things in front of me. I better turn around because I know there's probably, 75-80% of the time, if you turn around, there will be something behind you, and you expect it. So, I mean, yeah. So that's what we did for that.
All right, and using the magic mathotron, which is me doing mental math in my head.
An average.
Shh. That's an average times 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Actually, it's added up times 2.
Anyway.
But anyway, you gave the game
a 5.6 out of 10.
I gave the game a 5.8 out of 10.
Whoa.
Remember, 5 is average.
So this game, to us, was slightly above average.
This game, to us, was better than RE0.
Yes.
And probably something else I've done the quick scares on. It's better than Anna.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the first version of Anna. We haven't gotten around to the second version of Anna.
Yeah. I definitely thought Dead Space was a decent game. I could see.
Are you following the bug?
Yeah. Anyway, I could see. I think
There's a box elder bug in
it
here.
came out in what, 2007, 2008?
Oh, I don't even remember. We got the case around here somewhere. It's on the floor
I don't
over
know.
there.
Anyway, it definitely. I think it probably gave. It came out at a really good time. I think. I think it was right after the first Gears of War game had come out, and.
It was riding the high of good games, and it...
Yeah, we were still waiting for RE5, I do believe, right?
Yeah, I think we might have been.
Mm-hmm. So I definitely think...
Felt like that weight did us.
Yeah, no. It was a good game. It wasn't great by any stretch. It wasn't even awesome. It was just...
It's a good, solid game with a reason to exist.
It is what it is.
It is enjoyable.
And it will give you 5 to 10 hours of... okayness.
5 to 10 hours of okayness.
Yes. And on that bombshell...
That's the blurb at the bottom of the screen right now. There's 5 to 10 hours of okayness.
Oh, wow, that ran.
That ran pretty long, actually.
Oh, yeah. So
I
anyway,
do apologize for wasting your time.
Anyway, on that bombshell...
You keep saying that. And we've not released any bombshells.
It was okayness.
Okayness?
Yes.
Okay. Ness.
Anyway, hope you guys liked our impromptu review.
They're always impromptu. Except for the scripted ones.
I like firing from the hip. I don't like scripts.
Obviously. Go find the video where he reads the script.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's somewhere on here. It's called Alternate Take.
And on that bombshell, can we end this now?
Good night.
Good night.